What is going on? Welcome to another live session with Mr. Cologne 76. Today I've got a guest on Salim to educate us on the world of oil attars. Looking forward to today's session. So if you have experienced oil attars, you've used some, I want to know your thoughts on them. What are your experiences? What are some of the oil brands that you enjoy using? Drop a comment and let us know which ones you like to use. Let me update my comment here real quick. All right. Updated the comments. So, if you have tried oil attars, I want to know what your experiences have been. I want to know some of the brands that you enjoy trying because I am trying to expand my oil repertoire, but I've been very happy with the oils I've received from Salim. So I'm excited to share that with you all. I see Oud is on there, and they do the oils as well, very well. So, Oud, what are some of the changes you've seen in the oil industry over the years? What's going on? Joe sent me, welcome. I see Pursued. What's going on? Welcome. Salim is in the house, so we're going to go ahead and bring Salim on. Salim, make a comment so I can bring you on. Pause the music because when I have a guest on, I like to cut the music. So waiting for Salim to come on. Yo!
Hi, are you okay?
How you doing, bro?
I'm okay, thank you very much.
Good to see you again.
No, good to see you as well, thank you.
Yeah, how was your day?
Bit busy. Today was quite busy.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking a little time out to come and chat with us and fill us in on all things Salim.
Thank you.
All right. So just to give people a little perspective, it's Ilyas, correct? Ilyas is
Yeah.
the first name. Ilyas, what is your role in the company Salim?
So me and my brother, we manage the business. I'm one of the directors. My brother's the other managing director. I make the wholesale and partnership sites. So any private label partnerships or any wholesale orders, internationally and also nationally, I manage that. My brother manages the retail outlets, and then we've got a manager who manages the stores from like the day, and also the distributors.
All right. So when you say wholesale, what are we talking about?
Wholesale, our main line in Salim, we've got a parent company called Salim Enterprise. So we mainly wholesale perfumes, home fragrances, candles, diffusers. We do private label and also our own branded products. We buy loose oils to leading perfume brands who then actually make perfumes, candles and soaps. So we've got, just to give you an example, we've got a factory which does soaps only. And one of our main clients is in Nigeria. So we supply soaps to them. So this factory is local to us.
Excellent. So I just wanted to kind of paint a picture so that those that are watching that are perhaps new to Salim kind of understand who we have on today. So again, you wholesale perfume oils, but you also have an in-store business where people can, what can people expect at the Salim in the retail space?
The main store in Leeds, because the first store, we've had that store for maybe years, 10, 11 years. And this store, I would say there's not many perfume stores in the world because I've traveled to over 40 countries. I don't see stores like that at this moment in time because we've got, I would say, over 1,000 products we retail from there.
Wow.
Over 1,000.
In our previous conversation, you had shared with me that people can come in and they can get bespoke fragrances done. Before we get into that, I wanted to talk about perfume materials a little. I have quite a few people that don't really understand what oud oil is. What is oud oil and why is it so magical?
Okay, so Oud, the whole journey starts from, the trees. So it's agar wood trees,
Mm-hmm.
mainly in India. We've got some in Thailand, Trat, which is a place in between Thailand and Cambodia, Indonesia, Cambodia, even China, Sri Lanka. So it's mainly hot countries.
Mm-hmm.
They find the agar wood. So it's like a fungus within the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the whole process of finding the right tree, finding the right agar wood, then the distillation method. So getting the oud chips out and then distilling them. So the steam distillation, water distillation, there's different methods. And
Mm-hmm.
this squeezes the oil out. So just to give you a small example, sometimes one big tree, you might be able to just get 30 to 40 grams of grade 1 oud oil. So you've got a tree which is 70, 80 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and you've only got 30, 40 grams of the pure oil inside there.
What does 30 or 40 grams look like?
30, 40 mil, 30, 40 mil.
Okay, 30, 40 mLs. So you said a tree that's 70 years old. So anytime we're getting pure oud, we can expect a tree that's around that age, 70 years old?
It was just a number. Normally,
Okay.
trees which are producing pure oud oils, they're 30, 40, 50 years old. They're quite old.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sometimes they leave the oud oil itself to mature as well. So they leave that,
Mm.
for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years for that to mature. So it gets more richer, more potent.
Mm-hmm.
But just with ambergris, patchouli, these kind of ingredients, sometimes you can smell them straight away. But with oud, it's something different. The smell changes, with the weather, the temperature, the region you're wearing it, where you're wearing it.
Okay, that's why I was about to ask. Why is it? I was about to ask, but you answered that question. Why is it this certain areas produce a certain, why does Cambodian oud smell different than Thailand oud? But you just answered that question. So, what's the best area for oud? What's the best?
I would
What's the
definitely
best area?
Assam in India. So it's
Assam in India.
tricky to get there. You're
Uh
looking,
huh.
India's big enough. So you're looking at
Yeah.
maybe someone lands in Bombay or Delhi airport, maybe another 2 aeroplanes they need to change, and then maybe a 40, 50 hour journey into the forest of the oud
Wow.
in car or a 4x4. Yeah.
So typically, the oud oil that you're procuring, are you bringing back the chips and you're distilling yourself, or are these different regions distilling and you're just buying the pure oud oil? How does that work?
We sell the actual oud chips as well and the oud oil.
Okay.
The
Okay.
production takes place in India or Thailand.
Okay.
It's very difficult to distill oud in this country. And the trees,
Okay.
tried some, I've got a lot of trees in my garden. So I've
Yeah.
tried some experiments in the past. They've not turned out right.
Oh, interesting.
Like mangoes, you can't get mangoes in the UK or in any cold countries.
Yeah. So, from what I'm hearing, is that oud tends to survive well in the hot weather.
Absolutely.
So, what is the fascination with oud? How far back has people been fanatical about oud?
I think, like frankincense, it's a biblical scent. It's also an Islamic scent. It's mentioned in the Holy Scriptures. So if
Mm-hmm.
the Judaism, in Baha'ism, in Christianity, frankincense was used,
Mm-hmm.
the solid and also the liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Oud, I would say, it mainly started off within the Arabian countries. So it's thousands of years old, but
Mm-hmm.
trend maybe 50, 60 years ago. So the top 2, 3 big companies in Saudi Arabia, who are
Mm-hmm.
large companies, they have over 500, 600 shops each. They actually started distilling the oud or
Mm-hmm.
selling. And then I think in the UK and in the West, maybe it's been like, I'd say 10, 11 years.
Mm.
But it's the
So,
same oud people are taking advantage of. People do get mixed up. Nowadays, it's the name which is selling more than the actual, the product. So people say,
right.
"Oh, have you got an oud fragrance?" So they're not referring to the pure oud. They're just referring
Mm-hmm.
to very Middle Eastern or Arabian. So people
Okay.
take advantage of the name.
Okay. So, when did the whole creative part of, you know, what you do, when did that start? Because I understand the oils that I've tried, wonderful oils, by the way. You created these, correct?
So me, my brother, and we have a perfumer, three of us.
Oh,
We like doing is we don't really take too much time in creating certain things because we are business people, so we're running businesses.
yeah,
And you know, other perfumers take months and years to develop one, two fragrances. So
yeah.
something smells nice, we develop it. We can manufacture 500 bottles, 1,000 bottles. It's not a problem. So sometimes it's just about getting the notes right, getting the
Yeah.
base right, experimenting. So, you know, we leave 10, 15 bottles, you know, for 2, 3 weeks for the maceration to take place. And then if it turns out right, we get feedback from 10, 15 people and we manufacture. And we believe
Oh,
one thing about one tip I'll give any business owners who are listening as well. Perfume is such a product that sometimes even if you think you've bought something wrong or you bought something which you think you might not sell, one day it will sell. That's the guarantee I will give you.
okay, okay.
Even the fascinating collection you have behind you, don't think it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
One day you might get bored out of it, but someone else will buy it from you.
All right, good advice. So tell me, have you changed your kind of creative strategy in the last couple of years, or would you say? Well, let's go back for a second. How long ago did you guys start the blending? You know, for these types of oils.
Blending oils, we've been doing it for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, there's two things here. Because we are actively involved and we are speaking to customers every single day. Like today, I had 2, 3 appointments, you know, with private. So I actually customers every day. So like the brands, the main perfumers or the main directors, they might be doing market research and only meeting 10, 15, 20 people when producing one perfume or getting maybe market research 9. But we are meeting real people every day in a, you know, over 5, 10,000 people in trade shows and also in the stores. So whatever they request, we go according to that. Whatever the demand is, we will make that. But we have got some VIP clients who for pretty much everything we sell, and they have more fragrances.
So I wanted to kind of share my experience with the oils.
Yes.
The one, and I will talk about the one that I love the most from all the fragrances of yours that I've smelled. It's Dubai Oud.
Okay.
What can you tell us about Dubai Oud? It literally blew me away the first time I smelt it. So what were you trying to create with Dubai Oud?
Dubai Oud, I think 8 years ago, we started new business ventures in the Middle East, in Dubai and Oman. So I don't know, have you been to Dubai?
I have not.
So if you go to Dubai, there's a place called Deira. So any viewers who would like to go to Dubai, normally you look at the hotels, you look at this, you know, as a holiday destination. But even if not into perfume, they always go into Deira. So Deira, it's 30, 40 years ago as the gold souk, as the market for gold. So they've got 200 gold shops, but at the same time, in that market, they've got over 300 to 400 perfume shops. So these are mainly wholesalers, so not retailers, wholesalers. So when you go into the streets in Deira, so you've got gold and the perfume shops, and that smell that you get, it's just magical. So why we called it Dubai Oud. And if you look at the packaging of the new bottles we've actually got the icon of Dubai, the 7-star hotel and the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, in that bottle.
Wow.
Our clients. So it's just something that reminds you of the Middle East. So we put in mainly oud, rose, and amber in there. It's just mainly 3 to 4 notes, a little bit of saffron, but 3 to 4.
It has, and the rose in here is a very sharp rose. What type of rose was that? Do you remember?
It's Taif rose from Saudi Arabia.
Taif rose. Oh my goodness, this is remarkable. So this is also available in perfume spray. Is that an EDP? Is that an extrait? What is the perfume?
So we've got it available in the oil, the extrait. We've got it in the intense version, as a 50 ml. We've also got the massage oil and the car air. So all those products are, and also the new product we've worked on, we've just created the Oud towels.
Yes, I have that. I have one of those. I opened it up on a live session. The last time I when I opened this package, and at first I was trying to figure out what it was, and then I was like, well, why don't I just read the package? So tell us about this towel.
What do you think about the quality first?
First of all, it's a nice towel to be just a disposable item.
So what happens is we, in our wholesale line, we supply toiletries to hotels and also wedding venues. And so one of the products we supply wedding venues and restaurants is Oud towels, or you can call it tissues. So you get a grade of one towel, which is very basic, and you can get level 10. So this is like the 10th grade. So you can see it's pure cotton there.
Yeah.
In Oud, rose, whatever the client wants. So normally, typical order from the wholesalers is like 100,000 pieces or 500,000.
Okay.
Over the year.
Okay. I saw a question here from one of the followers. If you have a website.
Yes, we've got a website for retail. It's scentsalim.com. So www.scent, and we do ship.
Yeah, I was actually on your website last night, because last night I revisited these fragrances because I wanted to wear one of them last night. And so we talked about Dubai Oud. Last night I wore, I think it's called King of Arabia. I think that's what. And so I put it on. It didn't start off with, it started off with a very subtle oud. I like my oud very aggressive, but I was going to bed. My fiance doesn't like, like she doesn't appreciate Dubai oud. So I put it on and I was like, man, I'm not really smelling it. Well, it had to warm up on the skin. And within about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, I had a nice proliferation of the fragrance around me. She loved it. I think last night she wore either Shady One, or I'll tell you which one she wore last night. Sanaa Musk, one of those two. And we both smelled excellent last night wearing these fragrances. So why is it that the oil has to take some time before it starts giving off its smell?
You see, with aromatherapy and a human senses, do you know when you are wearing something every single day, later on, after a week or two, you won't be able to smell yourself, but others will compliment you. Wow, you smell amazing. And then you sometimes forget, what am I wearing today?
Right.
It's the natural scent oils, because when you're wearing a spray, the smell is fresh. It comes out straight away. But it's the natural impact. And with your skin, if your skin is cold and say it's warming up, the smell won't come out. So it's just like maybe just treat it as an incense burner.
Yes.
Charcoal is cold, or if it's not on, incense on it, or a candle burner, nothing will happen. Right.
It
gets warm, and you start moving around, and obviously in a bed, a person wants to get slowly wants to get warmer and warmer before he just goes to sleep.
Right. Yeah.
So, same way scent reacts with the skin temperature. That's why in hot countries, the scents are very, very different.
Yes.
And also the material of your clothes, they have an impact on the scent.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So I think I saw a question here from EROMs. They were asking if you ship internationally. I guess the correct question is, are there areas you cannot ship to?
You see, from time to time, certain countries change their law and legislation.
Okay.
So, especially with sprays, because of the alcohol ingredient. India, we sometimes have trouble with. But we've had orders to Fiji Islands. Even we've had orders shipped over to Panama, South America. So at the moment, what we try doing from our side is we try to ship it. And if there's a problem later on, we will refund the client or sort the order out. But we are with different couriers, because perfume is a bit of a complicated item to ship. But Europe, they're fine.
All right. There's a question here from CR93. Their question is, what's the best way to apply oud? And I guess we're talking about the oils.
Oils, I would say on your pulse. maybe on your neck a little bit, maybe on your pulse.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. What I do personally when I wear these, because I find I like a little bit more of a presence. So what I'll do is, I will actually put one of these on right now just because I took a shower and I was getting ready for this live. So let me see which one I want to go with.
But the notes are normally quite soapy, fresh.
Yeah.
Amouage reflection. So Amouage reflection, soapy scent. White musk, silk, it's also something to try. Really nice.
Now, my understanding of white musk is that it's a synthetic ingredient, and that it's the original has, the original musk has all the animalic tones, but what they've done is they have subtracted some of the animalic tones, and what you're left behind is a white musk. Am I correct?
No. I'll tell you the history of musk.
Okay.
Deer musk is a pod which comes from the animal deer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not like every single deer has it. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of millionaires here today. What happens is, firstly, it has to be taken out in the correct way. So something awful within the land. So the pod, what I've been told from experts, and this is, like dialogue over a year with some of my, is that it's only found in 1 out of 65 to 75,000 days. So it's very, very difficult to get the actual pod. Experts who are farmers, say you've got a farm and you've got deers around it, they will be able to tell after a deer dies that this one might have it, so they'll open it and everything. The normal person will never be able to tell. Now, just to give you an example of how much this pod is worth. Now, in a lot of countries, it's illegal to sell the pod because they don't know from a certificate where it's come from. Looking at 45 to 50,000 pounds for one 30-gram pod.
Wow.
So more than £1,000 of $1,400 per gram. That's the proper musk. Now, the proper musk, I've had it a few times. It's a normal person who's not used to strong Arabian or strong scents. If you were to smell, nose can start bleeding. That's how strong it is. So that's the pure musk where it comes from, and it's got a beautiful. The second thing is white musk, Moroccan musk, Egyptian musk. These are just names. No deer musk inside white musk at all.
So it's a synthetic.
Synthetic is the name they've taken advantage of, and because white, the color is white. They could have called it white oud, or they could have called it white patchouli or something else.
Yeah.
Oud and musk have got. Only reason they might have called it musk, whoever named it musk, it might be because of the sweetness of the musk. Normally, musk is known to be very sweet.
Got it. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. For those that are watching, I'm going to take a few more questions and keep going back and forth. So if you have some questions, definitely drop it in the comments right now. I have been told that, especially for the oils that have like the little stick in them, if you put it on your skin and you go back into the container, you can potentially spoil your oil. Is there any truth to that?